www.eventfirstaiders.com. First aiders provide low-cost, good-quality event first aid in and around Merseyside, including Aintree, Bebington, Birkdale, Birkenhead, Bootle, Bromborough, Crosby, Ellesmere, Formby, Haydock, Heswall, Hoylake, Kirkby, Knowsley, Ledsham, Litherland, Liverpool, Maghull, Moreton, Newton-le-Willows, Port Sunlight, Prenton, Prescot, Rainford, Rainhill, Ferry, Southport, St Helens, Thatto, Heath, Wallasey, and West Kirkby. We genuinely don't cut corners to deliver cheap event first aid services. You'll find we don't boast bells and whistles to inflate event first aid prices, and you'll soon discover we fully understand that even though event first aid is essential, value for money is just as important. If your Merseyside event first aid provisions only require a solo first aider, we promise that is precisely what we will provide. First aiders will never try to upsell or even deceive by wrongly suggesting that you need extra services when you simply do not need them. If your own risk assessment indicates that you only require a solo first aider, then that is what we will supply and at exceptionally reasonable cost. If, however, we genuinely believe that you should have more than one first aider, we will explain why. When it is important for your event first aiders to be visible and easily accessible, we can arrange it so that the first aider is based in a marked vehicle as an highly visual as focal point. If your event in Merseyside would benefit from having a first aid tent, we can provide a medical marquee gazebo with furnishings for the purpose of providing essential first services such as a bed, table and chairs. A first aid tent is an ideal solution where no first aid room or shelter is available. A first aid tent can help protect against your guests and visitors against the elements, and also a visible structure so that people know where your first aid facilities can be found. When your Merseyside event first aid provisions demand an ambulance as a highly visual aspect to identify the event first aid post, we can provide one from our event first aid fleet. Our event first aid support ambulance is not intended to act as an emergency ambulance for the purpose of conveying patients to the hospital under emergency conditions. It is purely an event first aid support unit and used by our medical team for comfort breaks and first aid management control. Please click on our contact page on www.eventfirstaiders.com to email us to discuss your Merseyside event first aid cover requirements. www.eventfirstaiders.com